Okay, guys. So one of my online students, one of you guys, asked me to make this to show her how to get this next time. So I didn't really have time, but I just wanted to do it for her because she actually said it's very urgent. So, guys, I want to make you guys understand this. Whenever you want to come to my DM and ask me for help on how to cut anything, you want me to make a video for you, please. First of all, I want you to make sure you're a member of Ceefashion Academy. If you don't know how to become a member of Ceefashion, just go to my channel. You see join, click and join. And also make sure you buy my book. You must have my book before you come to my DM and ask me all these questions. I usually do it when I did not have a product to sell, but now I have a product to sell. At least have my book, because inside that my book you see a lot of designs. In fact, if you even have the book, you will not have to come and be asking me some of the questions that most of you guys ask me. So at least I'm actually doing it for this particular person. So I'm going to be teaching us how to get this neck. So let me start. This is actually going to be a very brief one. Okay, so let's say this is the front part of your material. Are you seeing it? This is the back part of your material. Please, I want you to know I'm only showing you guys how to make this neck. So this is the front part and this is the back part. Do you understand? So for those that want to put zipper allowance, you can as well do that. Do you understand? But for me, for the sake of this particular tutorial, you can actually wear that dress without a zipper at the back. Do you understand? Because the neck is very wide enough to enter anybody's head. So now look at it. You have placed it front and the back. So what we are going to be doing now, let's measure out the shoulder. So let's say the shoulder is 7 inch, that is 14 inches divided by 2 is actually going to be 7. Now add extra half-inch allowance, making it 7.5. Are you seeing it? Make sure you mark it out into 2 in order to get a straight line. So now, what next thing I need you guys to do is to just take your ruler and roll it down here. Do you understand? So next thing you're going to do is you're going to slope the shoulder. So in order to slope the shoulder, I'm going to be using 1 inch, which you guys can also use 1 inch for almost any female. Do you understand? For female is 1 inch to 2 inches, while for men is 2 inches to 3 inches. But I actually advise you to use 1 inch at this moment. So look at it, 1 inch. So next thing you need to do in order to slope your shoulder is to mark out 3 inches. Are you seeing it? Please, this 3 inches is standard neck width. Always use 3 inches, or you can as well use 2 inches to 3 inches. Do you understand? But I usually use 3 inches in almost all my courses. So now look at it, guys. In order to get the shoulder slope is this. Please, guys, I want you to understand something. Whenever I say the shoulder slope doesn't necessarily mean the width of the neck which you are going to use for the dress, but it is a standard neck width. Do you understand? So you have to use it in order to get the shoulder slope only. Okay. So next thing we are actually going to be doing now is let's mark out the armhole. So in order for you to mark out the armhole, I have the easiest way which I've been using to teach you guys, which is whatever you have here, shoulder plus half inch. Are you seeing it? Shoulder divided by 2 plus half inch, which is 7.5. Place it from here, the shoulder slope side. Are you seeing it? Then make sure you mark out 7.5. Okay, so look at it, guys. So in order to get your shoulder curve, your armhole curve, next thing you need to do is to place your tape here diagonally. Are you seeing it? And mark out 1. Place your tape diagonally and mark out 1. Then find the midpoint of 7.5. Are you seeing it? The midpoint of 7.5 is 3/4. Make sure you mark it out. Then use your free hand, or you can as well use your curve, armhole curve, or any other curve. Make sure you get the curve this way. Are you seeing it? Okay, so now let me also show you guys what we call the armhole effect, which can also be called the armhole dart. So what is that actually? This is an effect or a dart which is located at the armhole. We usually do it to avoid all those excess rumpling and foldings at the armhole. You guys understand what I mean? So in order to get it, it's usually applied only in front. Do you understand? So from the midpoint here, what I want you to do is I want you to step in by half inch to 1, depending on how the person's body is. Do you understand? For the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm actually going to be using 1 inch. Are you seeing it? Okay. I can also use 3/4. So next thing I need to do, I have this point, and this point. Now look at it. I'm going to be connecting here. Are you seeing it? Please, like I said, distance from here to here. In fact, if I'm to tell you what to use the average, which is 3/4. You can as well use half. You can also use 1. Do you understand, guys? Okay. So now we are done with armhole. Let's get to the neck, which we are here for. Do you understand? Okay. So in order to get this neck, there's something I really want you guys to know. I want you guys to look at it very well. Always look the distance from the tip of the shoulder down to where the neck actually started. Do you understand? You will use that to at least know what you are about doing. Do you understand? So for the sake of this particular tutorial, provided this person is having a shoulder of 14 inches, I'm actually going to be using 3.5 as the neck width. Now, why am I using 3.5? If 3 inches is the official standard neck width, now look at that design. You will notice that it is not starting exactly from the neck. Do you understand? Because of that, I will say for this particular person, I'm going to be using 3.5. Since 3 inches is the standard neck width, I'm going to be using 3.5 for this particular person. Now look at it, guys. Make sure you mark out 3.5 as the neck width. Are you seeing it? Now look at it. Mark out 3.5. Take your rule and then connect. Okay, so what are we going to be using as the neck depth? So for the sake of this particular tutorial, if you also look at that image, you can also say you are going to be using 4 inches as the neck depth. Are you seeing it? Okay, so let's use 4 inches as the neck depth. Is what am I actually marking? Which one am I calling the neck depth? Please, if you look at the image very well, you'll see it on your screen right now. If you look at the image very well, you will notice that we have a first neck. Are you seeing it? Then we have a second neck. I'm talking about the neck depth of this first one. The distance from here down to here is actually 4 inches. Do you understand? Okay, why the distance from here to here can also be like 8 inches, 9 inches, depending on how tall or how short the person is or how busty the person is. This is actually dependent on what you actually want. Do you understand? But for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm also going to be making distance from here down to here to be 4. That is in total from here to here is actually going to be 8 inches. So let's do that. Let's first of all construct the neck here. Now, in order to construct the neck, all you have to do is to, the same thing you actually did here is the same thing you are going to be doing here. Diagonally mark out 1 inch. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now, make sure you connect like this in order to construct the neck. You can as well use your broomstick or your French curve or your neck curve, armhole curve, whichever curve you want to use and get this, use it and get it. Now, as you guys can see, we have gotten the first neck. So let's actually get the second neck. So in order to get the second neck, look at what we are going to be doing, guys. Let's mark out the 8 inches, like I said, is the total we are going to be using. Please, this is actually dependent if you really want the person's cleavage to show or not. Do you understand? Okay. So if you really want to know how many inches you are going to be using for any type of size, please make sure you comment in the comment section below. Mark out 8 inches. And make sure you also get the midpoint of from here to here. Remember, here is 4 inches. The midpoint is actually 2 inches. Now look at it. Okay, this is the midpoint here. Now there's still another thing I need to show you guys. If you look at the tip, you will notice that the tip actually came this way. Now look at it. Are you seeing it? I don't know. You can actually look at it. It came this way. So if the one you want to make, the tip came this way, that means there's nothing there. That means we need to come from here exactly. But what I'm going to be using now is, now look at it. I'm going to be using this method. I want it to be this way. Are you seeing it? I want it to have thickness here. Now look at what I'm going to be doing. From here, I'm going to step down with ½ inch. Do you understand? Okay. Then from the midpoint of here to here, I'm going to be marking out. Now, remember what I said. What I'm going to be marking out here is dependent on what you think the distance, the opening is. Do you understand? This depends on how you want yours to open. Whether you want your cleavage or other parts of your bust to be visible to the public. Do you understand? So if we are using from here to here 3 inches, I will have to mark 1.5. If I'm using from here to here 4 inches, I will have to mark how many? 2 inches. But for the sake of this tutorial, let's mark out 1.5 because we are using 3 inches. Now, next thing I want you to do now is look at it. From here, remember I said we are started from here. That is from here to here is ½ inch. Now let's connect the curve this way. Are you seeing it? Please, let's connect the curve this way. This is like a circle, half a circle. Do you understand? Connect it to this one, then something like this. Are you seeing it? Okay. So next thing you are going to be doing now is you are going to be cutting it out. So let's cut everything out, guys. Cut out both the front and the back. Are you seeing it? Now, why cutting out the armhole? Like I said, this is armhole effect. It's only for the front part. So that means you need to cut from the original armhole this way. Okay. Now, after you are done cutting out both of them, next thing you need to do is to just pick only the front. Like I said, armhole effect is only for the front. Pick it and you cut it out just this way. Are you seeing it? So let's get to the neck. In order for you to cut the neck, look at it. Take only the front part. Cut it out this way. Now, when you are done cutting out the front part, let's get to the back part. Please, the back part, as you can see, the neck width is here also for the back part. So let's get the depth of the back neck. So the depth, you can actually use 1.5 or 2 inches. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using 1.5. Now, next thing you need to do is to connect this way. Are you seeing it? Okay. So after doing that, next thing you need to do is to take your scissors and then cut it off. Okay, so we are done for the front and the back neck. Now remember, this is our second neck. Now that is what we are about cutting. Is you have to cut only the front. Are you seeing it? So let's do that, guys. So when you are done opening it, cutting it off, all you have to do is to open up this side. Are you seeing it? So next thing you need to do is now to open it up. Okay, now that you have opened it up, we are going to be checking how it's actually going to be. Now look at it, guys. Are you seeing it? Next thing you need to do is to sew out the shoulder, sew at this point. So if you look at it now, I just only taught us how to cut and get this neck. If you still want to see another type of this, are you seeing it? We have it here. So I've actually taught it before. So next thing you need to do now is to cut out your lining or cut out your facing, use it and turn this. So if you really want to know how to turn this, how to turn it with a facing or a lining, please make sure you comment in the comment section and make sure you join my channel as a member. If you want to know how to join my channel as a member, the moment you get to my channel, you will see join. Yes, click on that join, then follow out the processes, make sure you become a member. And also, please, there's something I want to say. For those that will always ask me questions via my DM, that is my direct WhatsApp. If you really want to ask me a question, this time around I have a product. Please, I will advise you to make sure, first of all, you become a member of Ceefashion Academy, and also, secondly, please make sure you have my book, because most of the questions you guys are asking me via my DM is actually in that book. So make sure you buy this book, The Perfect Dress Cutting Guide. You have everything there. You have a lot of topics there, how to cut a lot of topics. Do you guys understand? So just make sure you do this. Make sure you purchase my book and make sure you subscribe, like the video, and then become a member. Then you can ask me anything you want to ask me, and I must surely do a video for you, the same way I'm doing for one of my online students right now. So thanks, and may God bless you. If you really want me to show you how to sew this thing out neatly, make sure you comment in the comment section. Thank you.